Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Saints nothing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give to Kamara running right. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers. Guys who can make big plays, interceptions, not get free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. They go play action with Eason. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Eason sets to throw it. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. Eason. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. Scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mariota. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Coming left is Kamara. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Mariota to throw it. Out route to Hill, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Fourth down, Mariota. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Saints are back within a score. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they will be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they'll try to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Blake Gillikin on a punt here as he'll send this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
10 yards, good for the Saints, first down. Mariota.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, it's Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. A final shot before break. Eason, he'll buy some, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. So we've reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Kamara trying the right side.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Mariota's throw caught by Olave. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 29, Mariota throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mariota. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Kamara up the middle. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing, Mariota. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Saints 7.
On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out. There he goes, right side. 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So 1 play and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Eason to throw. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They'll run here with Balaj. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Jackson. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Saints 14.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Off the play fake, Mariota. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Jet sweep. Here's Olave. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Mariota. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. His throw incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Mariota. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and they will score a pick-6 for the Texans TD. So a 4th-quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
A give. This is Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's good for the Saints. First down, the 20-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Desperation time. Mariota on fourth down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Josh Jones. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Houston, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Saints, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. They'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.